Welcome to the Medicare EZ as Pie Show, brought to you by Mesa Benefits, your guide through the Medicare process with Stephanie Garcia-Hagen.
Good morning. Welcome to the Medicare EZ as Pie Show. I'm your host, Stephanie Garcia-Hagen. I'm the co-owner of Mesa Benefits, and we are your guide through the Medicare insurance process. I co-own our agency with my partner in life and in business, Bruce Hagen. This is where I would normally introduce him, Rio, but he's not here today.
No, it's just the singular co-owner.
I know, just me today.
Yeah.
It's so strange. He's not here today, and I'm so bummed that he's not here. But he is my partner in life, and we definitely are in the swing of a very busy season right now. Our business is headquartered right here in beautiful Grand Junction, Colorado. Every week here on the Medicare EZ as Pie Show, we break down the very complicated Medicare insurance system into 4 easy-to-digest slices of pie. We believe that you, the beneficiary, are in charge of the decisions surrounding your Medicare insurance. Bruce and I don't live in your health situation, your budget, or your lifestyle. You do, so you get to choose. We facilitate those choices by giving you all the available options for your Medicare insurance. We don't just offer one type of insurance. We don't believe that one type is better than another. We believe that you have all the options. You are better able to choose the option that fits you correctly. I'm so bummed, Rio. I don't get to talk to Bruce today. All of my notes have Bruce in them, and I can't talk to him.
Yeah, there's no real crosstalk because
I know.
I don't know more than half of what you're talking about.
I think you should be an expert by now.
That's fully contingent upon the fact that I'd be locked in every week. That's usually not the case.
That's true. Well, it would also suggest that I should be an expert at what you do since I've been sitting here next to you.
Right. And see, so that parallel's not there for either of us, which is nice.
I have no idea.
One of us would feel weird if the other one was better with this whole thing, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I knew more or you knew more, then the other one would feel bad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that neither of us really do.
You and I were talking one day about, I was thinking, okay, would it be easier if we did the podcast in our office? You know what's so crazy about that? I was thinking about it just the other day. Mm-hmm. And obviously we're in a studio, and so it's soundproofed, and there's all these, wonderful equipment.
Gadgets and things, yes.
So you realize that the room that I wanted to do this in my office, is on the back side of our office. And if you know where our office is, it's on 7th Street across from the 7th Street Deli in that same complex.
Yeah.
There's an elementary school right there. How am I going to do that with the kids?
There's Shave and Meat, elementary school, helicopters, ambulances.
Helicopters. Yeah. That's the other thing. I always feel bad for the helicopter people. I always say a little prayer for them because there's obviously having a more stay than me. But
the patients, the
patients
ones working in it usually are fine.
Yeah, well, that's true. Good point. Well, we should probably pray for the guy driving it too.
Flying, driving, yes. Whatever.
Whatever. One of those.
When
operating.
It's on the ground, it's driving, yeah. So.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, yeah, driving is probably not the right word. But you can't record a podcast with that going on.
Not really, no.
I don't care how good your equipment is. You're not going to be able to drown that out.
No, because there are times even here we pick up what's in the next studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how funny.
There are times I can be in a studio listening to what's going on in this studio and hear somebody in a third studio talking.
I guess we should talk about Medicare.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that. Let's talk about that. We are in the annual election period, Rio. It is so busy. We are working so much. We work every single day except Sunday, and sometimes even on Sunday. But I'm trying really hard to not work this Sunday. Tomorrow is my day off. But it's better than when Bruce worked for the city. He worked there for 30 years. Mm-hmm. But he got to watch baseball games in the middle of it.
That's true.
He still can at work. He's got a TV in his office.
I do that for work, too.
Uh-huh.
I watched football last night. So
while you were working?
Mm-hmm. I was working while watching the football was working, yeah.
I see. Well, see, that's fun. Okay, we need to talk about Medicare. Our pie that we're going to slice today is called What Now? We talk all this time about what to do in the Medicare annual election period. And now people have made their changes. They know what they want. They're staying with what they have, whatever it is. Now what? What do they do now? So we've talked before. You can make changes to your Medicare insurance plan. But then if you do make a change, what do you do then? So slice of the pie number 1 for today is if you make a change to your Medicare Advantage plan. Medicare Advantage plan changes are tied to time. Everyone that has a Medicare Advantage plan has the opportunity to change plans during the annual enrollment period, which we're currently in the midst of. It goes from October 15th through December 7th every year. If you make a plan change during that time frame and you switch from Medicare Advantage to Medicare Advantage, you don't have to do anything as far as the change itself. The insurance companies will verify your information with CMS, which is the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and the change will happen in the background without you having to do anything. On a different note, you will have to keep one thing in mind. The new plan is not effective until January 1. You get to keep using the insurance card that you have now until the end of the year. Then on January 1, you start using the new card from the new plan. That makes me think of something else. If you don't make a change to the current plan you're enrolled in, you're still going to get a new card. The advice works for you too. Use the current card until the end of the year, then start using the new one in January. Slice of the pie number 2 for today. If you make a change to your prescription drug plan during the annual election period, prescription drug plan changes work similarly to the Medicare Advantage changes. Everything works basically the same. You get the opportunity during this time to change your prescription drug plan for whatever reason. Did the premium change? Did the formulary change? Were you dissatisfied with the customer service from last year? These are all reasons that you can make a change. Or, quite frankly, no reason at all. I have a friendly reminder, though. The annual election period is the only time that you get to make a change to your prescription drug plan. On December 7th, once it's over, then you have no recourse outside of a special election period to make a change. So examples of these special election periods are moving from the area or several other very specific things. Don't miss the opportunity to review your policy. We are here to guide you through the Medicare insurance process. Bruce and I can be reached at 970-549-0410, or you can make an appointment on the website at mesabenefits.com. Once you've made a change, the insurance company verifies your information with CMS, and your new plan goes into effect in January. Slice of the pie number 3. If you make a switch from original Medicare with a supplement or Medigap and a standalone prescription drug plan to a Medicare Advantage plan. That was a lot of stuff. Original Medicare includes supplemental or Medigap and standalone prescription, and you decide you want to get out of that plan and go into a Medicare Advantage plan. These rules apply to you. When you make a switch from that supplement plan to the Medicare Advantage plan, there's a couple things that you actually have to do. You can't actually have 2 medical insurance plans in effect at the same time. When you switch to the Advantage plan, you're changing your Medicare from original Medicare. What does that mean? It means that when you have medical things done and claims submitted, they are submitted through the insurance company once you become a member of the Medicare Advantage plan and not directly to Medicare. Because remember, Medigap fills in the gap between what Medicare pays. So all of those providers have to bill Medicare first and then the insurance company. Advantage, it all goes through insurance. So remember, Medicare Advantage is Part C. So remember the parts, Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. All are government programs. C and D are run by insurance companies, so when you have procedures or appointments, they are billed through the Medicare Advantage plan. When you do the same on original Medicare with a Medigap or a supplement, the billing goes to both Medicare first. You know the drill. Just told you this a minute ago. But I want to make sure that everybody's clear. They're very different, and so if you make a change to your supplemental plan to an Advantage plan, you actually have to cancel the supplemental. Your Medicare prescription drug plan will cancel automatically because the Advantage plan will cancel it out, but the actual medical coverage through the supplemental plan, you have to call and make that change. So I always tell people when we're making changes in the annual election period and things go into effect on January 1st, make sure you wait until the middle of December, or at least after they've taken the premium out of your account for your Medigap plan, before you call and cancel it. We don't want them getting confused and canceling it at the wrong time. So you can't have 2 plans at the same time. You have to cancel it. You can still pay for it as you keep going, but if you went to the hospital to try to use it, it won't work. So don't pay for something that won't work. I want to talk about the 12-month trial right. If you leave your Medigap plan for the first time, if that's what you had when you first started Medicare, and you decide you want to go to a Medicare Advantage plan, you have a year to make those changes, or you have a year to change back from the Advantage plan and still get guaranteed issue back into your original supplemental plan. That's the only caveat with underwriting with the supplemental plans. If you've never had an Advantage plan before and you move to Advantage, within 1 year, you can go back to the supplemental plan if that's what you want to do. Or if there's some situation that comes up, we've seen it before where there's things that are covered differently because of the Medigap plan versus the Advantage plan. And so we've had situations where people actually do want to move back. And you have an opportunity to do that one time without going through underwriting in the first 12 months of being on the Advantage plan. If you need help with any of this, or if that didn't make enough sense because that was kind of a convoluted explanation, give me a call and we'll go over it again, 970-549-0410, or you can make an appointment on the website at mesabenefits.com. Let's talk about slice of the pie number 4. If you make a switch from Medicare Advantage to a Medicare Supplement or Medigap plan with a standalone prescription drug plan. When moving back to original Medicare, you'll be effective for the Medigap plan and the standalone prescription drug plan again in January. The implementation of the prescription drug plan will cancel the Medicare Advantage plan. Make sure that the agent that you work with checks your prescribed medications. Your plan will be effective on January 1, and the Medigap or MedSup plan should follow that date so that you have continuous coverage. You can have the prescription plan premium deducted from your Social Security benefits, but the Medicare Supplement plan can either be deducted from your bank account, checking or savings, or in the instance of some insurance companies, you can pay automatically from a credit card. Lots of folks like to get those miles with their credit card. There's lots of rules that follow making this type of change. They're not difficult or complicated. Working with an experienced Medicare insurance advisor is key to knowing all of the options available to you. Mesa Benefits is the agency that can make those choices and options clear for you. Come see Bruce or me. We can be reached at 970-549-0410, or you can make an appointment on the web at mesabenefits.com. I hope I've cleared up what's next after you've made a decision. This is the Medicare EZ as Pie Show. Join us here again next week for more slices of the Medicare pie.
You've been listening to Medicare EZ as Pie with your guide through the Medicare process from Mesa Benefits here on 1100 KNZZ.